Hi, Alice Wheaton here. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk to you today about the win-win-win of the work that you do. There's a win for you in that it creates your success and it builds your reputation into the community as an expert. There's a win for the client in that they know what money to spend on their fertilizer where. And of course they increase their yield, so that's a big win there. There's a win to Western Ag and Ken Greer, because the brilliance that he has put into this invention is helping him in his business. It really confirms the research that he's done. And there's a big win here. There's a big win globally. We have a huge population that needs to be fed, and the work that you do can increase the yield for the farmers. So negotiations, that's your true north when you're negotiating. I want to go through some of the ideas behind negotiating and how you can make it simpler and easier and less fearful. And the first one is to manage fear and to understand that negotiating is a fearful situation unless you are really aggressive. An aggressive person doesn't necessarily find negotiation hard. In fact, they find it a sport. But only about 5-10%, if that, of people are on that extreme end of this agreeable, assertive, aggressive scale. Most people are between assertive and agreeable. And so that negotiation is a fear-based situation for them. So you manage the fear by setting the stage and being prepared. And what being prepared means is know what your bottom line is. As best you can, know what their bottom line is. Know what your throwaway issues, what are you willing to include at no cost? What do you think is their top 3 requirements for the outcome? And with all negotiations, you have to know your walk away. I recently put an offer on a house for it was, I think, approximately $25,000 less than the asking price. They got back to me with a price in the middle, and I said no, I don't want it at that price. And they came back and accepted it. So I made myself, I think it was $12,000, $16,000, something like that, just by being willing to walk away. And then it's really important to have respect for the other person. The truth is that it's either win-win or win-lose. If it's a win-lose, then somebody walks away with ill will and a bad feeling, and your reputation is going to be on the line if you're the one who wins and your farmer loses. So respect at all costs is important. Don't forget to ask for what you want. Too many people, when they're negotiating, they hint, suggest, or manipulate. Ask for what you want clearly. And I've learned this with my partner. He's very agreeable. He's on the high agreeable scale. And so what I've learned to do is simply to say, what would make me happy is this. Are you willing to do that for me or for us? And if I don't get an answer, I assume he's needing to think about it, and if he doesn't get back to me within a day, I just simply go and do it myself or pay to have it done. Without any ill will, because he has a right to be who he is and who he is not. And so that's part of the respect for the other person. But respecting the other person doesn't mean to say that you have to have their criteria govern your life. As I said before, ask for what you want, and then if the answer is no, or no answer at all, which I interpret as no, then you get to go ahead and do what you want. So this is really important for someone who is to the right of the assertive scale, is to how to say no with a yes. So if someone makes an unreasonable offer to you, it's really important that you be able to acknowledge that, but say no with a yes. I'll give you an example. I had a relative come and visit me a few years ago, and they wanted to borrow my car for 2 days. And I said, no, but I said it with a yes. I said, absolutely, I'm willing for you to borrow my car. And I have $1,000 deductible. So would you agree that if you have an accident, that you will pay that deductible for me? You see, I said no, but I said it with a yes. And they might have said sure. And it could be something really as simple as someone asking you to go to a movie. Absolutely, I can go to a movie with you, but there's a chore that I have to complete today. Would you help me get it done sooner? And then we can both go to a movie. It's saying no with a yes. Saying yeah, and guess what? Sometimes you'll have someone agree, and then you've created a win-win. And so the final one, in some ways, is the most important one. And what that is that you may get this prospective client to agree to a yes and then not follow through. And so it's incumbent on you then to manage their completion as well as your own. So when I come to an agreement with someone, I never assume, I never walk away without being clear on when it's going to happen, how will we know, how will we communicate, and so on. So this, I've seen negotiations completely, all this went according to plan, and this fall apart because no one managed the outcome. So this works not just for business, but it works in personal life, it works with your kids, and it works with spouses, it works with neighbors. And the reason is that it's a respectful process. When you set out to negotiate with the intention of creating a win-win, then the other person gets that and you get that. And what happens is that you've created and paved the way for further work. Thank you for being with me, and look forward to next time. Bye for now.